Horsetails is proudly brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. South Carolina, a true leader in the equine industry.
Folks, got a special heartfelt show for you this morning out here in Timminsville, South Carolina, Tally Ho Equestrian Center. Wiley, we've been out here before, so you got something lined up great for the folks today. What is it?
Yes, David. Katrina Hutto, who runs the Tally Ho Equestrian Center, she's just been approved to offer the Wounded Warrior program through the Bethlehem therapeutic riding stables that they have out here, and it helps the brave young men and women who have served our country and have come home, and this helps them assimilate back into society if they have physical problems, emotional problems, social problems. It's all working with horses has really a beneficial effect on them, and we're going to meet some of those people today and see what Katrina has going on out here at Tally Ho.
Well, folks, I've shared with you many a time, because of the horse, my life has stayed on course, and this morning you're going to see how the horse has really kept a lot of great people's life on course. So stay tuned for some great horse tales. Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Morrell Tire Service. Ride on in and see Richard and his fine family of technicians to take care of your automotive needs. By Nationwide, and folks, you know when the PD Cowboy rides, he rides with Nationwide on his side. Ken Laws Supermarket, Fayetteville, North Carolina, featuring a full line of Carolina Fresh 3-pack frozen poultry program.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
Come join us at the PD State Farmers Market located on Highway 52 between Florence and Darlington. We offer a full line of plants, flowers, and produce. We're open year-round, Monday through Saturday.
South Carolina Agriculture. It's a matter of taste.
Folks, the PD Cowboy rides for the brand, and my brand is Carolina Fresh Foods. We have a new product out on the range, so ride on into your local Piggly Wiggly or other fine retailer and ask for Carolina Fresh Premium Leg Quarter. And folks, if they don't have one in the corral, tell them to get cracking and call the old PD Cowboy and his elite posse of chicken wranglers. Carolina Fresh Foods, the name says it all. We are Freshalicious.
Agritourism is a combination of the state's top 2 industries, agriculture and tourism. Whether you're going on a trail ride or going to the farmer's market, you are supporting South Carolina agritourism.
South Carolina, it's a matter of taste.
Farmers are always planning for higher yields, more diversity, expanding opportunities. Nationwide and your local agent want to help your farm last through the generations. As the #1 farm insurer in the country, Nationwide can help you achieve your goals. We stand for you.
Folks, joining now, Katrina Hutto, like the hurricane Katrina.
That's right.
Folks, you get around here and chase her around. She's like a hurricane, blowing in, blowing out. What all have you got going on out here, Katrina?
We are very busy. We have the Bethlehem Therapeutic Riding Program. That's the big thing. They do the therapeutic program and they do the Wounded Warrior Project. So they have that contract, and they're one of the only ones in this area. They are the only one in this area that has the Wounded Warrior. And then, of course, we have a riding lesson program and summer camps, and we have show teams, and we have the Interscholastic Equestrian Association team, IEA. And that team just came up 8th in the nation. We were 8th at nationals in Florida. So we've been busy.
Well, great. I was visiting your website and Facebook last night, and I saw all that, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Well, Katrina, how long have you been out here?
We've been out here 11 years.
Wow.
We built 11 years ago.
And so, folks, you can really follow her on Facebook and the website about how you come about. Well, quickly, how did Bethlehem Therapeutic end up being out here?
Well, Gwen Madrix, her daughter is with special needs, and they took riding lessons from us when she was little. And so it's always been Gwen's passion that she take care of others and provide a service that wasn't in this area. And so when she got into the therapeutic program, I didn't know too much about that stuff. And she said, I need a facility. And we were already friends, and so we were able to work it out. And her facility is just, it's Christian based, and it's just grown like crazy.
Well, we enjoy
really
you
fast.
having us out, and we're going to really take the facility tour today, and we'll be back too, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
With me now is Gwen Madrix. She's the founder and director of Bethlehem Therapeutic Riding Stables. Gwen, tell us how you got this all started and how you met Katrina and just got the whole program going.
Well, the program came from my daughter and working with her disorder and therapeutic horseback and how it affected her. And when I was looking for my daughter, we didn't have a center in our area. So I came to Katrina and at Tally Ho Equestrian Center and asked her if she would help my daughter. She didn't have anything physical at the time, so she was able to help her, and then I just worked through the disorder part with her. And when I realized we didn't have anything in our area and how much it benefited her, I just felt like that was something that God was calling me to give back to our community.
And when your daughter started, she was 5, and how old is she now? Because how long you've been here with Katrina and with this program?
She's 14 now.
Yeah, so now how did you get involved with the Wounded Warriors? Because that's a national program. How did you able to get it established here?
Our organization is PATH International, and through PATH International, we are a center for them. They only contract with Premier tested centers, which is their gold standard. You have to test for that standard. And we were in the process of doing that when Wounded Warrior came to us with a warrior in our area that lives in Darlington that needed help. His goal was to get out of his wheelchair and start walking. So they came to us and asked if we could speed up the process. So we did that with Women in Philanthropy, gave us a grant in order to help us get there as quickly as possible. And we were able to do that last year in April. And then we were able to contract through PATH International with Wounded Warrior Project.
And now how many warriors do you have, Wounded Warriors do you have involved in the program now?
We have 14 warriors in our program now, and our service area has 6,000 plus warriors in it.
Folks, join out as Matthew and Selena Smith and Max, M&M and Selena. Listen, we appreciate us being out here today. Selena, you want to tell us a little bit about Matthew's journey?
Yes, sir. He went to Iraq, and he came back with PTSD, and unfortunately, as a result of the PTSD, he was on his motorcycle and he zoned and had like a blackout. And he suffered severe traumatic brain injury. And several years later, through nice people of the state, we were able to join the Wounded Warrior Project. And in that, the Wounded Warrior Project had mentioned getting into a horseback riding therapeutic program. And wasn't but just a few weeks that came about, and which opened the door for many and many warriors in this area, actually about 5,000 to 6,000. But the horseback riding program has been such a phenomenal benefit for Matthew, as he was not expected to be just a vegetable in his recovery, not able to walk, talk, stand, or anything. But through the program and other therapeutic things, Matthew now can walk on his own. Actually, just a couple of months ago, he was released to be able to walk on his own around our home at free will, and will soon at one point be able to walk out in the community by himself. But with the program itself, the therapeutic program, it's taught him so much how to be sociable and how to accept other people's needs and wants as well as his own, and how to really understand what he's going through, and then to be able to help others in that through the horseback riding program.
Well, Matthew, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Now, what was the first horse you started with?
Skipper.
Yep. When you Skipper, and you go, tell us a little bit about Max here.
Well, Max, M&M, it took me a while to get close to Max, but then once the bond was set in, I mean, I really look forward to every Monday coming ride my baby.
So we're going.
Oh, my buddy.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get you on the horse in a little bit and show folks how you do it. He said, "Hey, and listen, we appreciate your service to our country, and folks, we're going to get some good footage here in a few minutes. God bless you and your mom, and you too, Max."
Yep.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Carolina Fresh Foods. Folks, we are Fresh Delicious. Equestrian Images, making memories together. Hey folks, Warren E. Coker Farm for the best cultural Bermuda hay available in the Southeast. Brought to you by Southern Equine Service in Aiken, South Carolina, a full-service equine veterinarian practice offering ambulatory and hospital services.
Southern States carefully crafts every bag of Legends horse feed with the highest quality ingredients available. The Legends superior line of specially formulated feeds will help keep your horses happy, healthy, and in peak form. You and your horse have a special bond. To keep that bond everlasting, Legends horse feeds can accommodate every type of nutritional need a horse might have. Legends, redefining what horse feed should be. Visit your local Southern States dealer to see which Legends feed is best for your horse.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
We got Clifford Benton, Lighton, and Jason Lupo. Good old Southern names, folks. Guys, we appreciate what all y'all done, but Clifton, let folks tell us what you're doing here with the Wounded Warriors.
I'm doing here with the Wounded Warriors, just trying to get my life right, trying to get my arms straight, trying to get to where I can really bond with horses and with fellow soldiers and Wounded Warriors as well.
Well, you served in Iraq, is that correct?
Yes, I've been to Iraq 3 times.
Wow.
I have 3 tours, 36 months altogether inside of Iraq.
Well, could you kind of share the folks with the experience and possibly your injury, please, if you're comfortable with that?
I was in an IED attack in 2005 when I went to Iraq, and then I was in 2 more right after that. So I got a little TBI on top of TBI. So
TBI is traumatic brain injury.
Right.
Traumatic brain injury. And on top of that, I've had TBIs before that, so it's been one whirlwind after another. Now, currently my injury has to do with, I had a flashback when I was riding my motorcycle, and a lady ran a stop sign, and she made me T-bone her. I T-boned her with my motorcycle. And 45, it cracked my whole pelvis, and they threw me in a medically induced coma for a whole month.
Wow. Well, so have you ever ridden before you come out here and got on big old Lightning?
I've gotten on 2 horses in my life, and I was scared every time. And until I got in the Lightning, I finally felt I was at peace. And,
well, it's pretty interesting. They had to go find a horse for you, didn't they, Clifford?
Oh, yes, they did.
That's pretty neat.
When I first got here, they had a little small horse. A small horse. I was like, well, how am I going to ride that? I can just tiptoe right over them. And they said, all right, we'll get you a bigger horse somehow.
Well, let me tell the folks what's it like. I ride too, but I know when I get on, it just takes all the stress. Can you share with us what's your experiences when you ride out there in your therapy?
It feels like I have control. I have I'm in heaven and bliss. There ain't really nowhere else to put it. I'm sorry.
Well, you got struck by a bolt of lightning, now, and he's tearing that apple up. Well, Jason Lupo, and folks, we got Paul Harvey rest of the story here in a minute. But Jason, kind of tell us a little bit about your past here, please.
Well, like Cliff was saying, we served in Iraq together, done another tour in Afghanistan in 2010. So. 2 combat missions. They diagnosed me with 70% post-traumatic stress disorder. So that's dealing with anxiety, sleep disorders, anger, restlessness. There's just a bunch of things. And so coming out here with the horses, being with the instructors and the therapy, it's really calmed my anxiety down. It's put me at rest a little bit. It's gave me a place of, it's kind of like, the name's Bethlehem Therapeutic. Well, Bethlehem's a place of peace. It's not always peaceful, but it's actually learning to become peaceful. Because you don't always get what you want. And
Right.
the horse kind of gives you instructions, and you're trying to give him instructions. Dealing with other wounded warriors coming out, families, horses, just animals have helped me a lot coming home from war. I've been through a lot of stuff, just like Cliff, a lot of other soldiers, and never seen myself standing here with Cliff, a veteran that I served with. Never seen myself working with horses. It wasn't in my path. It wasn't in my thought process. And now that I'm here, it's been 2 years later. Have appreciation for the horses, appreciation for other soldiers, more of an appreciation now.
Did you ride before you got out here?
No, sir. Never ridden before. I actually come out here by word of mouth. Somebody said, hey, there's some therapy going on. And after other soldiers can relate, I've probably seen 10 different psychologists, 10 different psychiatrists, group therapies. After talking to so many different in the program, that's one of the issues that I had, was basically seeing so many different doctors. Whereas when we come out here, you got a few horses and one instructor, 2 instructors, and we're able to process things a little differently because we're working with animals. We're not just working with people. We're working with the people and the animals.
Well, Jason, kind of Paul Harvey rest of the story. Y'all were in the military together, toured together, right?
Yes.
All right, and then they started the therapeutic riding out here.
Yep.
And y'all didn't know anything about it. Share with the folks. I mean, all of a sudden you looked up and here's big guy.
Yep.
And all of a sudden there's Lupo. I'm like, holy crap. That's part of my language, but there's a Lupo. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go holler at him.
Yeah, I didn't really know his wife before. Didn't really know him a whole lot. We did a 2 years tour together, and we was in the same unit, but never had a personal. And now we'll go fishing. We done another Wounded Warrior program. We went fishing with other warriors, so we kind of branch out a little bit, trying to hang out with other soldiers. But we've established a good friendship through this, friendship with other warriors, other family members, and a lot of soldiers when they come home, they're kind of, some of us go in a shell. It's hard to trust. It's hard to get out. It's hard to meet new people. It's hard to experience life again, and this helps a lot.
Well, Lightning, you struck twice.
That's right.
Oh yeah, right then.
Guys, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
God bless you.
God bless you.
And Lightning, you too, brother.
With me now is April Henderson. She was in the Army. She served in Iraq. You served 4 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan, you were telling me, and I saw you out there riding. Tell us how you got involved, first of all, how you got into the military and what happened. I heard you had a pretty serious injury, but I'm just going to let you take over and tell us.
Okay, I was homeless. I had 3 kids and I had no other option but join the military, and so I just said, you know what, I'm going to do what nobody else, women in my family have done, and so I joined the military, went through my training, decided, hey, best course of action for me was to be an air traffic controller, flight operations. So that's what I did, and made it through basic, through my permanent duty station, got deployed in country 5 days, got hit, and I was pretty well banged up.
And you were traveling in a convoy. How many trucks were in the convoy? And just kind of, whatever you're comfortable telling us. You said there was a truck in front of you that was hit, and you
Right.
hit it. If you can just.
And the original convoy that we were all involved in was like 48 to more trucks. We were just beginning to start, over the berm kind of thing, and the truck in front of me was hit. Mm-hmm. And I slammed into it, and the truck behind me hit me. In the military, we're all taught that when that happens, that the ones that are safe and can move blow through, so they keep going. Mm-hmm. And we were left there about 16 hours. Out of the 10 people in the little area, I was the only one who came home. It's kind of hard, realizing that. Guilt factor, still dealing with that. Caused a lot of issues with family and stuff, but I made it through. I don't remember leaving. I just remember that, you know, I had a shrapnel sticking out of my eye and I couldn't move. When they came to get me, I didn't know who they were. Then when I got to the hospital, I still didn't know. To me, in my mind, it was like a gap of about 10 minutes, but overall it was about 6 months from the time the accident happened to the time that I recognized that something was wrong. The doctors told me for 2 years that I would never walk again. I was crushed from the ankles to my kneecaps, and I was in a wheelchair for a little while, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to be like this. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go, and with God's help, I'm going to get where I need to go. And I just hung on to that and kept moving, and eventually moved from wheelchair to braces. I had crutches for a little while, and then everything just kept, you know, kind of falling off. My kids call me Forrest Gump. Them's my magic legs.
Started dropping the equipment.
Right. And it took a while. It was a long, hard road. Took about 5 years to actually get up.
So when did you come out here and get involved in the riding program?
I was, let's see, it's been a little over a year that I was introduced to the equestrian therapy. Came out here, still had the braces on my legs, riding the horses. It looked kind of funny. I looked like a big old spaceship sitting on top of a horse. But I just loved it from that very first day. You know, I have a wonderful story for you if you want to hear it.
Absolutely.
My first trip out, we did a trail ride on a horse named Skipper, and I hadn't been on horses, was riding, and they're like, okay, we're going to take you on a trail ride, see where you are, see how you fit, whatever. And we got about 2 minutes into the ride and I fell asleep. And the whole trail ride I just slept.
You slept on the
horse? They walked her and I slept, and it was great.
Hi, this is Thomas Holly. I'm here at Bethlehem Stables in Timmonsville, South Carolina, and we'll be back with more Horse Tales right after this commercial break.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by King Street Auction Company, the leading auction company in the Southeast. Dillon Meat Center, featuring Carolina Fresh Poultry Products. Ride in and see Douglas and Terry Wayne Jackson today. By the South Carolina Agricultural Department, it's a matter of taste. And by Benton's Horseshoeing, reliable professional hoof care, specializing in maintenance and corrective shoeing. See Larry Benton.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier Tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier Tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
The South Carolina Horsemen's Council is the voice of the Palmetto State's equine industry. The South Carolina Horsemen's Council primary purpose is to provide information to the general public, the media and government agency about issues and activities that impact the South Carolina equine community. If you are a horse owner in the state of South Carolina, you need to be a member of the South Carolina Horsemen's Council so we can have a voice about equine issues in our state. For more information, go to schorsecouncil.org. Folks, special thanks to the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. Nothing's fresher, nothing's finer than agriculture from South Carolina. I want a special thanks to them. Riley, we've had a great day today, haven't we?
David, I'll tell you what, they were calling for thunderstorms today, and we thought we were going to have to delay this show yet again, but the good Lord was shining on us. We got out here, got to meet some really brave men and women to do what they're doing to try and overcome their struggles. I'm just blown away, and I'm so glad that we were able to come out today.
Well, lightning struck twice today in the horse, so that was good, and we had a lot of thunder and what the emotions and everything we saw. I'm like you, it's very, very touching, and you know, wanting for our veterans and people served now, our freedom wouldn't be here a while, and enough can't be said about that, folks. And we're just, America, strong, and because people like this have served.
And people like Gwen and Katrina who've gotten this program off the ground right here in Timmonsville. I mean, they're the only one in this whole area, and it's in the center of South Carolina, so they have the potential to serve a lot of people, but that's where they need help. You know, they need volunteers and need funding, and And I mean, you don't have to just be an individual. Get some businesses involved and get behind this program. And it's easy to get in touch with Gwen. She's on Facebook. She's got her own website, BethlehemStables.org. Like I said, you can just find her on Facebook as well and message her that way. But she and her staff, I mean, they need help to keep growing.
And folks, until next week, let's spur one another on to love and good deeds. Right on.